I'm somebody who likes Costco quite a bit. Like maybe even a little bit too much. When I was younger, one of my birthday presents was getting to go to Costco. And it wasn't even to buy anything, it was just to go there. So I guess you could say I'm a little bit obsessed with Costco. Today we're going to be checking out this documentary called Costco, Is It Really Worth It? And it talks about English Costcos, Costcos in the UK. And in this documentary, it becomes really clear that a lot of English people don't really understand Costco.
In the UK, there's a magical retail world where everything is much bigger, but the prices are rumoured to be much smaller.
You'll get sizes far larger than you could get in other grocery stores.
It's kind of like, well, of course the products are going to be larger because it's a wholesaler. That's what they do. You buy it in bulk, which means you get more of it. So you're saying at this store I could buy 1,000 tea bags? Oh no, that's just way too good to be true. That was a super accurate representation of an English person hearing about Costco.
This mysterious wholesaler sells everything from hot dogs to hot tubs.
As a Canadian and somebody who goes to Costco fairly often, I think it's pretty funny hearing Costco being like called a mysterious place. You go in there like, what? They're selling cars now? All jokes aside, if they were selling a Kirkland truck, I would 100% get on that and buy one.
We'll reveal the secret methods that will get you into the Costco club.
We'll review the secret methods that get you into the Costco club. That sounds like something you'd hear from like a get-rich-quick ad being like, 100% of Costco members are missing this one simple trick. Find out how you can just walk right out of the store without paying for any of the items you just grabbed. Let's keep on going. I want to find out these amazing Costco hacks.
There are loopholes that allow you in through the magic door.
The guy's even talking about loopholes. You know, that's the stuff you hear in get-rich-quick ads. Like, I was saying it as a joke, but now it's like becoming more and more true.
How much profit are you actually making? And the answer is, in Costco's case, Shedloads.
Did he just say Shedloads? Is that like an English term for like a lot? I gotta search that up. Okay. A shed-load is a large amount, or it's kind of like a shitload, but it's like the censored version of that.
The company is worth $250 billion. That's $250 billion.
Or what English people would call a bloody shed-load of money. This guy's name is amazing. Harry Wallop. That's such a cool last name. That's a shed load of a last name. I know I'm not using it properly, I'm sorry.
To the majority of people in Britain, Costco is a complete mystery. They may have seen them from the side of the motorway, but most people haven't been through those famous doors.
I feel like at least here in Canada, like, even if people don't have memberships to Costco, they know about it, they know what you can get in there, and they have probably seen items that people have bought from Costco. And I'm assuming that would be the same for the US as well. Like, I just can't see people in America being like, what? Costco? What? Man, I'm doing a lot of accents in this video.
One of the first things you notice about shopping at Costco is that everything is massive.
That's the whole point of Costco, and that's the whole point of a wholesaler. A whole of a whole of a whole, that's just the whole deal of it. It's in the name, you know, that's the thing with a wholesaler. They buy large quantities of stuff. And in this case, instead of selling them on to other businesses, they're selling them on to the public as well. You know, they're letting you in on the action as well. That's why it's so awesome. You get like a 50 pack of Nature Valley granola bars, you know, that you can just eat all in one day and feel disgusting.
You'll get branded goods in sizes far larger than you could get in other grocery stores.
Does the word wholesaler like not mean the same thing in the UK? I guess because there's so many people crammed in England, they're just like, they don't have any room for big stuff. So they kind of don't even think that it's possible. They're like, what? What? 1,000 tea bags?
But it's not just the size of the products that's the attraction. People flock to shop here because they think it's cheap.
If there's a certain food item you go through a lot of, then buying it at Costco is going to save you money because you're going to get that bulk discount.
Costco is a deeply weird concept to most British people because you've got to pay money to be a member before you can actually get in through the door.
Is it like some Illuminati thing?
Costco's business model definitely is different, but I wouldn't necessarily call it weird. There's a lot of other products you have to get memberships for, or that you can get memberships for that make the process better. Like, think about how many people who have Amazon Prime subscriptions, you know? Streaming services are membership based, you know? You're not allowed into the exclusive club of Netflix unless you pay for theirs.
Once through the doors of the warehouse store, the shopping experience can be overwhelming.
Okay, I'm heading into Costco. I gotta calm down and relax. You know, make sure I don't get too overwhelmed. There's gonna be products from the floor to the very ceiling. It's okay, I'm gonna see cereal boxes that are over 1 kilogram. Nobody's forcing you to go into Costco. If you're somebody who gets that overwhelmed, like, you don't have to go into Costco. It's perfectly fine not to go to Costco. It's so funny. Like, it's quite overwhelming. Like, you got to have a medical test done before you can enter into Costco to make sure your heart can take the stress you're going to be under going into Costco.
It's quite grim in there. It's kind of concrete floors, harsh lighting, and those very, very tall aisles of goods with stuff still in their cardboard boxes.
There's no major signage, there's no flashy displays.
I don't know what she means when she says Costco doesn't have any major signs in it, when the B-roll they're using shows Costco's signs. This one here says pharmacy. There's another one here that says wellness center. You can read the words optical, and I think over there that says photo. Costco does have signs. I don't know what she's going on about. If you don't like the way the store looks, you don't have to go to Costco. Like, if you're somebody who wants to go to a store where everything's all nicely laid out, go to a store like that. You don't have to go to Costco then. I can't stand Costco. How come? Everything's in a box. I hate it.
You have to navigate around the store yourself just by discovering what products are actually on the shelves.
What store don't you have to navigate by yourself? What kind of stores do they have in England that you don't have to navigate by yourself? If you go to Costco and you see an employee there, you can ask them like, hey, where are the batteries? And they will tell you where they are. They're not gonna be like, hey, this is Costco. Get out of here. We don't help our customers.
The products on offer to customers aren't just basics in bigger sizes.
It's this very odd mixture of flash electronics, ride-on lawnmowers, 100-year-old olive trees, along with sort of basic staples of loo roll and cooking oil and sausages.
That's like basically every department store, like a Walmart, Canadian Tire. England has large department stores that do sell loads of different items. Like if you go into a Tesco's, they will sell clothes there too, in a grocery store. So like this concept shouldn't be that confusing. Large chains of stores have been doing this forever. They're like, okay, let's see now if we can start having pharmacies in our store, or can we start selling clothes? Like they're always trying to add more stuff to their stores so people don't have to go to other places.
So how do you know what not to buy?
Well, the answer to that should be pretty simple. Like if you went to the store intending to buy it, then you know you probably should be buying it. Like say you need more ketchup and you go through a lot of ketchup and you know you need to buy a lot, then that's how you know you need to buy more ketchup because you don't have any ketchup. Like if you already have 14 bottles of ketchup at home because you keep on forgetting every time you go to Costco that you've bought ketchup before, then you don't need to buy more ketchup. Like that's common sense, right?
Not just anyone can join the Costco club.
Now you've got to either be a registered business, or you have to be VAT registered, or you've got to be one of a number of professions. A teacher, frontline worker, accountant, lawyer.
This is where the England Costco is a bit strange. If you're just an average retail worker, you can't get into Costco in England. You're just like, nah, sorry. You don't have a good enough job, which is very strange because like the Costco process in Canada is just like, do you want to pay the $60 a year for the membership? Okay, good. Yeah, there you go. Here's your membership. Maybe because of how nerve-wracking it is walking into Costco and how overwhelming it is that people who don't have these jobs just really couldn't handle it. You know, if you're not a firefighter or like a nurse or the police, you know, those people, they have, you know, fairly stressful jobs. So they can handle the stresses of Costco. But if you're just some average retail worker, then you can't handle that stress, you know. Stay out of Costco.
They'll tend to put the staples like milk and bread and the toilet paper right at the back.
Which is kind of quite odd because most supermarkets, the big hypermarkets, the Tesco, the Asda's, the big Sainsbury's, the food is at the front.
That's not weird though. Whenever you go into a grocery store to get to the milk, you often have to walk to the very back of the store. And then if you want to go to the bakery aisle, it's on one side of the store. And then to get to the produce, you got to get to the other side of the store. Pretty much every store does this, not just Costco. It seems like they're taking things that like most stores do and then being like, well, you see, Costco does this really weird technique of making it so their items are separated into different departments and located in different places of the store. It's just a weird way to do it. You know, it's like, yeah, every store does this.
They sort of put their big wow items right at the front to distract you.
You could walk in for a certain amount of foodstuffs, walk out with a TV.
I feel like they're talking about a very specific person here. Like somebody who can get that distracted when they're walking towards the produce that they'll buy a TV. Like you have to be some like next level impulsive buyer to do that. They're making it seem like if you walk into a store and you lock eyes on an item, you have to buy it. You're like, oh damn it, I looked at the TV. Oh shit, now I gotta pay for that. Oh damn it. Oh no, now I just looked at batteries. I gotta close my eyes. I'm keeping on looking at stuff. Oh no.
With the impression of deals on big ticket items, it's easy to get sucked in by a kitchen mixer for £288 or a giant HD telly for 1,800 quid.
Are there really that many people impulse buying TVs? Impulse buying is a real thing, but usually it's for stuff that isn't like a couple $1,000s. You have to have quite a lot of disposable income to be able to afford a new TV every time you walk into Costco. The kind of things that I would imagine people would be impulse buying the most would be like batteries or like chocolates and like food items and stuff like that, or like cleaning supplies, stuff that people are like, oh, that's a pretty good price. I could use that. They're making it seem like you need to be aware of the TV section because like if you walk past it, you are walking away with a TV.
Okay, so I've made it to the middle of Costco. Now the goal is for me to go straight down, right to the bottom, and then make my way kind of throughout the rest of the store.
I just ran to the middle of the Costco. I had my eyes closed the whole time. Now I just gotta make it to the other side without looking at a TV. I think I'm just gonna have to go for it. I'm gonna have to make my move. I'm just gonna have to go. Oh, damn it, I looked at the TV. Oh no. I think I even saw two, so now I gotta get both of them.
The layout is quite chaotic. It changes quite a lot. So oftentimes as a member, you're visiting and you're having to go on a voyage of discovery every single time.
The first time I went to Costco, sure, that was a little bit hard to like find everything. But I think after that, every other time I've been to Costco, it hasn't been that difficult to find what I'm looking for. Maybe it's just the layout of the one I go to. Maybe it's slightly more defined than some of the other ones. But I've never really had that hard of a time to find what I'm looking for.
And there's a reason why Costco want you to wander all over the store.
It's absolutely their aim for you to buy something, walk out with something that you didn't actually intend to buy in the first place.
I'm not denying that fact. Of course Costco wants you to do that, but like every other store wants you to do that too. Like I don't think there's a single store that's like, no, we only want you to buy what you came here for, you know?
And that is the genius of this kind of very strange layout. There's endless opportunities for impulse purchases.
I just feel like all the information they're giving in this isn't really anything like revolutionary. It's kind of like all the same stuff like I've heard before. And it's like, and it doesn't just apply to Costco either. It's like, yes, stores lay out things in specific ways so that way you do make impulse buys and buy more stuff. But I feel like if you're somebody who's got enough common sense, you're not going to get completely taken for a ride if you go to Costco and end up buying like $40,000 more than you wanted to. Unfortunately, as we can see, Costco has claimed 2 more victims. They've given up all attempts to try to escape Costco and have decided just to live out their days on the patio set. If they do end up making it out alive, it will be at the cost of 3 8K TVs.
The silliest thing I bought in Costco was the camera, which I never used it.
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there are people who impulse buy TVs. That brother just bought a camera for no reason. Surely if you haven't used it, you could just return it, right?
Another key to success is not getting distracted by the sample stations that interrupt your journey.
The sample sections are the best. That way you can fill yourself up with food for free, and then you're not feeling hungry when you're walking around the store and you're not gonna make any more food impulse buys. That's the big brain strategy. You eat as many samples as you possibly can so you get yourself full. One time before I had a Costco card, me and a friend, we walked into Costco and we had lunch from the samples there. There was enough sample items there for us to have lunch. And there we go. We just had a free lunch from Costco.
Costco is all about having it large, or what they call in the trade, bulk buying.
Yeah, there we go. Finally, on to the ketchup. They haven't had the organic ketchup in the Costco that I go to for like a real long time now, which is really annoying because organic ketchup has gone up in price like crazy. It costs $9 for a Heinz 750ml bottle.
Sometimes customers aren't always getting the great deal that they think they are when they're bulk buying because it's really difficult to compare like for like in terms of quantities.
For me, that's never been that tricky. Like ketchup is like $9 for 750ml at like the regular grocery store. You go to Costco, there's 2 1.5 liter bottles of organic ketchup for $20. You're getting 4 for the price of 2 basically. So that's a good deal. But say it was like $50, you're like, nah, that's not a good deal. And if it's the same price, you can still buy it. It doesn't have to be better deal. It can be the same price. And if you want to just do all your shopping at one store instead of waste your time going to a whole bunch of different stores, then it's okay if it's the same price or like a tiny bit more money as well.
Members of the public need to be really careful when they walk inside the warehouse because the main price you see, big letters, is the price without VAT.
It's funny how they're saying like, ooh, be careful, tax is added on afterwards. Where I live in BC, most products are taxed at 12%, which is added on once you buy the product. You scan it and it goes like, oh, 50 bucks. Oh, there you go. You got $6 taxed. So seeing prices that are lower than how much they're going to be when you buy them is like something I'm very used to, but I could definitely see how that could be misleading if you were somebody who is used to paying just the price that you see.
If you're a single person, for example, it's not likely that you're going to be able to get through 32 bread rolls in a week.
Well, I don't know. I think I could do that. I think I could take on that challenge. 32 bread rolls in 1 week. 32 divided by 7 is like 4.5. So you could have 1 for breakfast, 2 for lunch, and then 1.5 for dinner.
Shopping is no problem, but storing it is a different story.
It's all sitting in a spare room because I don't have any storage to actually put it anywhere. It is actually becoming a problem now.
Of course it's going to take up so much space if it's just lying on top of each other. If she had a shelf right in that corner, like one of those plastic ones even, that you just assemble, that would fit all that stuff and then she wouldn't have to worry about it. Costco even sells those shelves. Just buy one of those from Costco and there you go.
Costco is a true giant in the world of cash and carry, but it's certainly not the only one.
So there's lots of cash and carries which are really big. So the most famous name is Booker, which is now owned by Tesco.
It's a highly competitive industry, with other brands such as Best Way and Macro also making waves.
Now they're going on to talk about how many other wholesalers there are in England as well. At the beginning of this documentary, they were talking about like, oh, Costco's so weird. They just sell all these like really big products in their stores. And it's just so weird. Like nobody knows how to go to a Costco. You have to get a membership. It's just so confusing.
To the majority of people in Britain, Costco is a complete mystery. They may have seen them from the side of the motorway.
One of the first things you notice about shopping at Costco is that everything is massive.
And then now they're like, well, there's this wholesaler, and then there's this one here, and then there's this one. Like, why are they making it seem like Costco's like confusing? I feel like I've been misled a little. I'm a little bit bothered. I'm honestly just a fan of all kind of wholesale stores. I love this kind of stuff. I feel like they're throwing a bit too much hate Costco's way though. Obviously you gotta be careful when you're buying at Costco. You know, there's a lot of ways it's set up so you spend more money. But like if you know what you're doing, you can go there and buy some great stuff. This was a very strange documentary in my opinion because a lot of their points I thought were just kind of common sense. If you did enjoy this video, please subscribe and why not check out another video I've made.